Hi, my name is Fernando. People call me Ferny, and I'm a psychic medium. A psychic is someone who can tune into details and information using the non-traditional senses, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience. We can sense things about a person or an event, whether it's past, present, or future, and share that information with you. A medium is someone who can communicate with those who are no longer here in the physical world and have departed or are deceased. Mediums use a form of telepathy to communicate with those individuals and bring back information and messages of love and healing and validation. When I was a teenager, I had a life-changing and powerful experience. It was my first psychic experience, in fact. One day, as I was walking into the kitchen to get a snack, I had this vision of a kitchen fire and felt the need to come up with some sort of a plan to be able to deal with it. So every day I rehearsed a plan that I'd come up with, and I did it for no reason at all, just because I felt the need to do so. 1 week later, as I was alone in my room watching television, this voice came in my mind and began to tell me that I needed to go to the kitchen. There was something important about going to the kitchen. So after a few moments of wrestling with this voice, because it was just so odd for me to have that experience, I got up, went to the kitchen, and there was the fire, exactly as I had seen it 1 week prior. I was freaking out, and in that moment you don't really know what you're gonna do, but then my training kicked in because I'd rehearsed it and I did exactly that, and I believe that that was a life-changing experience for me, and also it saved my life. So that was a very important first experience for me as far as being a psychic. During a psychic reading with me, I focus in on the 4 major areas of your life. I focus in on health, finances, career and work, and relationships. And I try to share any insight, any details or information that may be relevant or useful for you as you move forward in your life. No, that is actually a common misconception amongst a lot of people. Psychics do not know everything. They actually only sense little bits and pieces of information about you and your life. So when someone sees me or when someone connects with me for a reading, it's not like all their information begins to download and I know everything about that person from the moment they were born to the moment that they were deceased. That does not happen and is very rare. It doesn't matter whether you have a phone call, a video call, an in-person session, or even an e-reading. I operate the same way with each type of reading, and I use the same method for each one. I have a very unique process that has worked very well for me. What I do is before any session, before any reading, I spend some time in meditation and I kind of tune out the rest of the world and I tune into you based off of your first name. So I create this imaginary you in my mind and I begin to ask myself questions about you, and that covers the 4 major areas of your life. This process has worked very well for me and I continue to use it to this day, so it doesn't matter what kind of session you have. When I do a mediumship session, I use a process that I like to call direct connect. Whenever I open myself up to the spirit world, many times other spirits besides the individual you'd like to communicate with may try to come through. Sometimes they try to come through at the same time, which can be very complicated. So what I use is I will use a first name, a picture, or a personal object of an individual because that acts as a calling card and helps me to initiate a stronger bond or connection to that person. When I make that connection, I will try to bring through information and messages that will hopefully validate and confirm that that individual is with us and that they're still very much a part of your life. Thank you for watching this clip. I hope I've answered many of your questions. If you'd like more information, please go to my website, www.fernandomarron.com. I look forward to connecting with you soon.